Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Success is a Mindset series. I have here with me my lovely co-host, TIANA at Swag Slayer Fashion on IG. I have C at It's Bossy, and I also have Liz, Realize You, on IG as well. And we are here to talk about all things VA, basically. I mean, how to hire them. I mean, Tiana, you're in the process. You have one. You just have.
Yeah, I technically have two.
I've been through the process before. C has been one. You know what I mean? And Liz is she has had VAs before too through different processes. So we're going to talk about that a little bit. So first, let's talk with who wants to go first?
I always want to go first, but I can wait.
Okay, well then Liz, I think Liz might have the most experience. I'm not sure, but you see it. I don't know.
I know what I'm looking for. I guess that's the biggest thing. I know there's so many obviously variables and everyone runs their business differently. And I don't know. I think I'm Poshmark based. Yes. And then eBay is my second hub, I guess, or my second platform. And I know a lot of people do it the opposite. And then some people do, they post all over the place. And there's a lot of the cross listing softwares out there. And I've tried a lot of them. I was on Vendoo, then List Perfectly, back to Vendoo. Then I landed with List Perfectly probably the last year. And I've even found another one since then. And I've struggled, and I think Brittany and you've talked about it. I've struggled with shifting my habits to a List Perfectly as the hub. Yeah. Because I feel like it's a third platform.
Right.
And the monthly commitment, which is, you're going to pay no matter what you do. But my habits take me to Poshmark. And as we discussed, I've hired people to cross list like a chunk. When I first went on eBay like a year ago, I had someone just take 200 of my listings from Poshmark and just make drafts on eBay for me. And then I cleaned them all up, just to keeping it all straight between the two. Yeah, and I guess a List Perfectly can help you, but right now I'm finding that to be a third problem. Like the solution is the problem. So I'm struggling. And so I know what I want. For me, I want to be able to at least just push my photos and then have someone draft the listing in Poshmark. And then after a while of doing that with somebody, then they can probably be trusted just to push it to eBay. But I want to work with someone, not project oriented, not, I don't want someone to do just 200 and then we're done. I want someone long-term, but we got to figure out what that's worth to them and to me, as far as paying and all that kind of stuff. So I've had my foot on the clutch, but I don't have it in gear yet as far as how I want to move forward on it all.
Yeah.
So,
I have a question, Liz.
I was going to say real quick, let's get her to give us a brief introduction. Just don't know her. My bad. I'm so rude.
Oh, no, that's okay. My name's Liz Garrison. I've been on Poshmark since 2013, so 8 years.
Oh, wow.
Yep. The first year wasn't obviously a whole lot, but then I was pretty consistent, and I went full-time about 3 years ago, I went really hardcore in 2017, 2018, and full-time, like where I declared to my husband that this is it. Because we owned our own medical equipment company. I did all the books for $1 million a year company, and that was full time. But it was boring, and a lot of work, and it wasn't fashion, and I always loved clothes, and the idea of just cycling through. My whole goal, what was funny, was with Poshmark was to level up my clothes, to move out of the mall brands and move from. Because I had taste, but I didn't spend the money on the fancy stuff. So my whole goal was to sell the cheap stuff and then make enough money to buy the good stuff. Well, what's happened, I think a lot of people can relate, is what's funny is now I find the good stuff and I wear the cheap shit.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, I got a Tory Burch purses. I'm like, yeah, but I can make some money with this.
Money.
Right.
I don't need this. I could, I'll wear the other stuff that's quality, but anyway, so then I moved on to eBay about a year ago. Well, so let me just back up a minute. So I am an empty nester. My husband and we've sold our company, and I was part-time with the new owners for a while. So we have a 21 and a 27-year-old children. Our son is in Berlin. He lives in Berlin.
Oh, nice.
full time. Yeah, and he loves it. And then I talked to him more than I talked to my daughter, who lives on the south side of town. So she got married a year ago. So my husband and I are, empty nesters, and this has kind of taken up all the extra bedrooms. That's for sure. I have a spare bedroom barely. When someone wants to come, I got to clean it out. But my daughter's bedroom is wall to wall stuff.
Yeah.
So, and so I this is what I do full time, and I'm used to working on my own, so it's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just, so I don't forget, because my brain is everywhere. You were saying, what's it worth to them and you? Is your VA in the States or out of the States?
I don't currently have one. I'm in the mood. I need to move forward on finding one.
Okay.
And I just, that's why, that's Brittany and I were talking in the last week and a half about it. Like I said, my foot's, I'm in the car and I'm ready to move forward on hiring someone. I haven't.
You just haven't pulled the trigger. Gotcha.
Yeah.
I have to define what it is I want them to do. And I have it in my head. I just haven't put it on paper.
So Tiana, you want to go next?
Sure. Hey guys, I'm Tiana, aka the Swag Slayer, creator of the Swag Slayer Talk, which is weekdays on the Swag Slayer Fashion YouTube channel at 12:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, except for Wednesday, where Brittany is with me at 10:45 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, where we do What Sold Wednesdays. All the other days, we talk to entrepreneurs, we talk all things money making, new ways to run our business and spend less time, but still make the same amount, if not more money. And I have recently gotten a VA that I actually communicate with regularly. I have a VA that shares my closet. I don't need to talk to you for that. You share my closet, I pay you, boom, we're done. I never talk to them. But my new VA, who actually relists and will eventually list when I have time to take photos, is in the Philippines. So she works while I'm sleeping, which I love. So when I get up in the morning, it's all done. And I got her through Upwork, which I used over Fiverr. I just kind of liked the Upwork scene a little bit better. I use Fiverr for so many other things. It just, Upwork was a little bit easier to get a VA on there. And then I only picked a overseas VA because it just fit my budget. Because I originally was going to hire a VA here in the States. It did not fit my budget. I could not make it work. I wanted to so bad, but I couldn't. And so my husband was like, well, why don't you, hire someone else? Because of course a Filipino VA will work for $3 an hour. And so instead of per listing, so I can pay you $3 to $5 an hour, because even my job listing said $5. And I had people saying, why are you giving them so much money? And I was like, it's $5. It's not a lot of money. They were like, but where they're from, it's so much. And I'm like, it's okay. So I offered $5. I was willing to pay up to $10 an hour. But again, you kind of keep it, I guess, just like anywhere else, they say if you're selling something, kind of keep it at the price range that people will pay for it at. Don't go too low or too high, so you preserve the market. So I just kept it at $5 to preserve the market for other people who are also looking to hire a VA. But that is how I found mine. It was easy. I put a job posting. They responded to the post. I went through all the profiles and picked the one that I like. Now mine is part-time. She's a little less than part-time because, like Liz was saying, trying to figure out how you're going to maneuver everything. I do use List Perfectly. I love List Perfectly, but I had to put down a standard operating procedures to make sure they knew how to follow it, make sure I even knew what was happening. And then I had to make a tutorial video to show her how to do it. And she's great. She did a great job. She messed up last week, but that was totally because I messed up. So she followed the directions I gave her, which were wrong. So the whole thing was a mess. And thank God I caught it as soon as I woke up, because I get up about 5 a.m. and I was like, this is a hot mess. What happened? So I had to go fix it, but it wasn't her fault. It was my fault. So, like Liz, you're saying, writing it down on paper, knowing exactly what you want, how you want it, and to communicate that clearly, and then put it in a tutorial video. Because what I realize is when I relist, I need a way to track that. So she was relisting out of my List Perfectly. So I put my Posh listings in List Perfectly. She was relisted from List Perfectly to Poshmark. The problem was, if she made a mistake and put it not for sale, because I told her just mark them not for sale, don't delete them, so I can make sure there was no problems. If she forgets to mark it not for sale or something, there's no way to really track that. So the new plan is to have her list it from Poshmark into List Perfectly, because then you'll get a new date on List Perfectly. You'll show the date that it was created.
Okay.
Then do it again from List Perfectly to Poshmark. That way, at least I have a date on these are the ones she did today. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of the workaround I'm working with right now that I'm implementing. I've only had her 2 weeks working with me. I don't have her. She's a human. I don't own her, but she's only been working with me for 2 weeks. So that is a tool that I'm putting into place to see how that works. I've never had anybody in my closet before or in my eBay store or in anything. Like I did everything myself, except for the sharing, of course, and you don't need to hold somebody accountable for that because I could see how many times they shared that day or whatever. So those are things you definitely want to put in place, Liz, because I'm just learning the hard way. It's trial and error. You got to jump in there. She does not work 40 hours a week because I needed it to go slow. But I told her, I said, if you're patient, we can figure this out. I want you to be full time. I just can't let you be full time and you screw up my whole life, basically, which really is me screwing it up because I just don't know what I'm doing yet to have someone in there and to do it right. I know I'm just supposed to be introducing myself and I went off on a tangent, but I'm done.
Oh, no, that's okay. I was actually going to ask you a question based off of that because I was like, okay, so far, I know you're saying you have the video and everything. You have some written stuff. Yes. Do you have any visual aids, like something that they can look at, like?
Just that video. So there was nothing. I mean, and if you have a suggestion for that, I'm open because I just did step by step through the video. I talked through the steps. This is where you go. This is what you look for. This is where you click. And so I just talked through it. And then I gave a few written bullet points. So they're like, oh, where do I go next? It's like written down. But if you have like a visual thing, I'm up to make one.
No, it's just like for if they're actually creating the listing, meaning like they're doing the titles and everything.
Oh,
like,
we're not there yet.
Okay. Okay. That's for the titles and stuff like that, or for like the descriptions, so that way they can see like what type of skirts are out there, what type of.
See, and I have a template, and see, I'm very different. For those of you, the slayers who are watching who know me, I don't do all that trash. I don't care. So I don't put hoop skirt, loop skirt, whatever. I don't even know what that stuff is called. I don't care. I put color, size, brand. We're done. So I just have a template that when it is time for her to do that, she will fill in the blank for color, size, brand. Next.
Right. I hear you. So, because I was like, listen, I have to come up with a specific process for them because. But I'm like you want to start somewhere. Don't overwhelm the whole process, especially if like your VA is like new to listing or.
Yes, she is new. This is her first. She knows how to use List Perfectly. So I guess she's not new. She's used List Perfectly before. She's new to Upwork is what I should say. So she has done some listing for someone somewhere because she did already know how to use the List Perfectly. But I didn't ask all those questions because I didn't care. I'm okay with teaching from the beginning because I don't know what I'm doing.
So, I mean, based off of your experience so far, I know it hasn't been that long. Like, how many weeks has it been? Like, or
this week is week 3.
Oh, it's week 3. Okay, so based off of that, you would say so far it's not going too bad. You're not having.
No, it's going great. I love it because anytime. Okay, so the other day she relisted my bathing suits, which I did on purpose because the season is coming in. Everybody got they check.
Right.
So I had her relist all of my bathing suits. And so even though she screwed it all the way up because it was my fault, again, let me just make that clear. She relisted everything. I got so much attention on the bathing suits. I sold 5 that day. I didn't have to. I would have sold more, but she double listed them. And so I didn't have more to sell. So I had to go in and people were sending me offers and I had to go check and make sure I had it, decline stuff because I just didn't have it. Like there were like 3 and I only had 2. And so I would have sold more if I actually had them. So I was very happy with that. At the time that she relisted my Converse, I sold several that day as well. So I do like her relisting because I didn't relist before. I just don't have time. I would rather list a new thing than relist the old thing. But if I can get her to relist and then sell that stuff, that works perfect.
Right. Just so that you're not the one that's
right. Exactly.
So go ahead and real quick, we'll go over to C. It's Prof. Say.
Hey girl, hey.
Just a brief introduction and any experience you have with VA type related activity.
Well, I have only I'm on the opposite end. I am a VA. And I've done it on and off for some years. I have had my own VA when I was selling consistently on Amazon, and that person was here with me, just, doing my listings. But at the time when I hired her, she knew more about Amazon than I did. So,
oh, nice.
That's a plus. Right.
That was a plus. And, with Amazon being the beast that it is with the whole IP addresses and computer addresses, I just chose to have her with me. But on the other side, I started, I became a VA on eBay, starting quite some time ago with a high volume clothing seller. That was my introduction into doing it. And this woman had so much merchandise that her and her husband used to fly me to their house.
Oh, wow.
And I would stay for a week at a time. I would come in on like a Saturday or a Sunday, and then I would work from Monday to Friday, and I would leave on Saturday, because in between time we're both selling, so we would go sourcing and any other fun thing that we had to do. But and I was working for them when, I don't know if it was the first time that eBay made their round of changes with the item specifics. I think it was before. It was a while, because I can't even think. It's probably been about 8 years. So, no, it's actually been longer than that. And at that particular time, I came on board with them because, like I think this last time, eBay allowed, I don't know how many months, for you to get that all straightened out before they started dropping your listings. So that was my experience, and they chose to go with me because I had already been selling on the platform for some years. I think I was selling on the platform longer than they were, but I just wasn't doing clothing the way that they were doing clothing. So, so that was and I have done VA work on, well, I won't say all platforms because some of them haven't been around. I haven't done Poshmark per se, but I will say for anyone out there that wants to get a VA, if you're just starting out and say you don't have, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of listings to concern yourself with, personally, I think it's easier. I know it's easier to start the listing with eBay and go to everywhere else, because there's no other platform that requires the 5,428 item specifics like eBay. Okay, if you bring your listing over from Poshmark, and I'm sitting here laughing, Tiana, I'm sure you're going through that. Your little 5 things, it's not going to cut it. There's more things that have to be added. And as they keep going, like right now, when you're listing something, the item specific that you're not used to using will probably say required. Advised, or I forget the word that they use. Recommended. There you go.
Required.
And you're like, oh, I don't have to do that. But the day is going to come. They're telling you it's recommended because they're going to make it required.
Right.
It's just a matter of time, and I have seen them, like I said, go through this round before. And I was actually working as a contractor for eBay during one of their rounds. And they gave, I want to believe it was a year and a half.
Oh, wow.
And it was a long time. But then when the last, every time they would put out a notification that this was going to happen in X amount of months, people would lose it. They would absolutely lose it. And it's like, but you've got, still a year to get this done. I'm not saying like, oh, just do it. It's going to be a process. And this is and at that particular time, most of it was to bring eBay sellers up to the standard of what is now online selling. Because back then it wasn't, I remember when they started mobile. Oh my God, people, myself included, I'm not selling anything on a phone. Who does that? I don't even shop on a phone now. I don't even think I shop online all the time, and I cannot think of, other than my new phone, when I sat at the computer and used, you know, the computer to buy
to do something.
You know, so it's like, you know, everything, you know, is so 2021. We're here.
Yes.
You know, we're here. But like I said, that's the most detailed platform. I don't know about like Depop or anything because I've never, you know, tried any of those. But I don't think that there's anybody out here that's more detailed. Even Amazon isn't this detailed.
No, Amazon is not. And I was just thinking that in my head. See, I'm so glad you said it. eBay and I we don't mix, because I was like, I'm spending all this time trying to learn eBay, figure out all this extra stuff when I could just spend my money and time on Amazon, which y'all know I'm on the Amazon journey. This week is week 4. Friday will be the end of my first 30 days. I done made more money and did less work on Amazon than all this time I've been trying to put into eBay and didn't make no money. I say, oh no, I'm done with eBay.
Okay.
Let me just recommend, not recommend, but just, I've seen this happen so many times. And I've seen so many people, you know, everybody does the mass exodus from eBay to Amazon because
there was no mass. I only sold 6 things that somebody paid for.
I'm just telling you what I have seen. I've seen these mass exodus a couple of times. I just want you to understand, when something eventually happens to you with Amazon, and is going to happen if you're going to continue to stay, is only a wise Amazon seller whose name I'm not going to drop. But he said this one time at a conference, and it's anybody that's on Amazon for a length of time know, it's only a matter of time before you get suspended.
Yeah. And
when that happens, it changes your whole world. So even though, yes, you can make more money, you right now are realizing that you can make more money on eBay. A lot of people, it's the other way around. So don't necessarily just count that out.
Yeah.
You know, because
I still have my eBay account.
Does not have the restriction and the craziness that Amazon does. Now, eBay's not that crazy. I'm not.
eBay requires more work, and that's the part that frustrates me. Like, I have to do all this work not to even make the quarter of the money that I have made in the last month on Amazon. I didn't do anything. Like, I bought the stuff, I put it in a box, I shipped it to Amazon, and that was the end of it. And so I don't think we should write off any platform. So I agree with that. But eBay, I list all this stuff, I send out those offers, and literally I've sold 6 or 7 items that were paid for because my first 3 or 4 items no one ever paid for. But I got a workaround. I'm not going to tell y'all who gave me the workaround, because eventually they're going to be charging for this information, but they on the screen somewhere. But anyway, so but yeah, I was just like, I'm putting in so much time on eBay. Why is no one buying my stuff? But they'll buy the same stuff that I have on eBay from me on Poshmark. So I didn't close my eBay store, but I cannot be putting as much time as I was.
Girl, if you have a store, close that, girl. Don't pay that fee.
Well, I guess I don't have a store. I don't pay the monthly fee.
Yeah,
I don't pay the monthly fee.
Okay, all right. I just want to make sure you
please do.
Get your 50 listings, 50 plus listings every month free.
Yes.
But yeah, there's always some ups and downs with any platform. I mean, you have some people that, you know, live, breathe, and die for Poshmark. They're like, I can't even, you know.
Okay.
Like, you have some people for, you know, Mercari. Like, I have a girlfriend that is killing it. Mercari. I'm like, how? You know, I'm just, you know, however, when something works for you,
do it.
You ride that until it does.
Yes.
It's as simple as that.
And have small drips from all the other platforms coming in.
You keep the diversification going, again, in case you have to jump off of one thing for another, you know, while you're fixing this thing.
Right.
You know, that's all it is.
And I think the whole online shopping is shifting. I mean, I used to kill it on Poshmark, and it's still 70% of my game.
Yeah.
And, you know, I follow a lot of people and you know, that swear by eBay, but I went through the whole learning curve and was cussing every day about eBay and all the boxes. And it's easier now. It's a lot easier. It's just like anything, it gets easier. But I'm noticing My numbers are dropping on Poshmark, and eBay's bringing my totals back to the same as I was used to. But there's a lot more sellers. There's, I mean, all the shifts in the platforms, of course. eBay's like, I guess, one of the gals, Sarah, I think, is said, you know, you get married to eBay. You know, Poshmark, you can. But I'm the other. I like Poshmark's my babe. And
Poshmark is babe for me too.
But it is a lot of work too, between the sharing, the offers. I mean, all that stuff. It's work. The listing's not so bad, but I'm glad I have both right now. I don't want to do 4 or 5. I'm not sure.
Oh, I'm on 9, Liz.
Oh
plus
my
Amazon.
God.
So technically I'm on 10.
I can't even begin to understand. However,
Yeah.
I'm old, so I know if I was your age, what I was before internet was around. I have hustling, sold it all. You know, so I had a day for this, a day for that, and while I was working.
Oh wow!
Okay, working a full-time job.
Yep.
But it is. I mean, and the smart thing about, you know, a VA when, you know, when you're ready to make that step, you know, decide what it is that does not bring you joy.
Exactly.
What doesn't bring you joy, that's what you parcel out.
The first thing, the very first thing. And then also, let me say, outside of it just not bringing you joy, where's your bottleneck? Like, that's what I call it, because it's whatever's taking up the bulk of your time, which for me is listing. So I want to source that out so that I don't have to be messing around with that. I can spend more time on those activities that I enjoy, like doing things like this, versus, you know what I'm saying, versus sitting here at a computer trying to get these listings up, which is so boring for me. That's why I got to sit at the desk, but I'm still unhappy.
And I'm probably the only one. There is no part of the reselling life that brings me joy. I'm a hustler about my bank account. The only part that I sort of like is the shopping. And let me just be honest, like I've been shopping since I was old enough to have my own money. And I'm getting to a point in life where I don't even want to do that part. If I have to shop for something, I want it to be online. I want to point, click, submit. And then I want it shipped somewhere else and have somebody else to do it. So where I'm at is I am trying to outsource all of that. Eventually, I mean, if y'all have watched me or followed me on Instagram, you know I'm trying to build a multi-million-dollar company. So eventually, I just plan to have a GM who oversees all of that, and I'm off doing whatever, and deposits are coming to my account. That's it. I'm gonna have a CPA who makes sure everybody gets paid right, a payroll service, all of that, because I'm at a point in life I don't want to do any of it. I just want to set it up, know what to buy, and then check on it every now and then. You know how you work somewhere and they say, "Oh, the boss is coming today," and everybody's like all straight and like, "Ooh, that's what I want to be." You
want to be that girl. I hear you. And that's
nothing wrong with it.
Excellent plan, and you are going to do that.
Thank you, see.
You and Brittany both.
You got this.
Okay, y'all are going to do that.
But me, I'm a little bit different because I want to be in the mix. So I'm gonna be all in there, and when they don't think that I'm looking, I'm having people double check the people that's double checking and double checking the people that's double checking. I'm not about to play with y'all. This is my empire. You know what I'm saying? So while you thought I was on vacation, you thought I was in Florida with TIANA kicking it. My people was checking on you, and then them people that was checking on you, them people was checking on you. Know, because I'm not about to play with this because I've seen it too many times before, even with like famous people and stuff. Why are they filing bankruptcy? Somebody's doing something wrong, and so you do have to kind of really actually check and then double check, because if not, you know, you could stand to lose it all, because somebody could be jealous, somebody could be like embezzling and doing stuff with funds, trying to hide it. They're good with numbers. I had 5 employees.
I mean, I had all the girls doing the billing. I had the repetitive stuff, but I never relinquished the checkbook. So, I mean, I had the phones covered. I could, you know, go into the gym in the morning. I'd come in and they had but I still did, you know, I had to do the bottom line. I checked the numbers and you know, because I'm responsible for the taxes. I'm responsible.
You are. Yeah. You know, look at how many people get a fine because they didn't file taxes. And they're like, but I paid so-and-so to do and file my taxes. What do you mean they weren't filed? Yeah. I'm like, I need a hard copy. And then after I send my CPA sends me a hard copy, I wait a little bit. And then I check at IRS and have them send me the word just skipped my mind, but they send me like a transcript of what was filed. I'm like, yeah, send me that and make sure this match up.
Okay.
Yep.
Don't play, boo. 100%. Posh blogger account says 100% no one should be chained to a phone or computer. Sharing for Poshmark. Agreed. I think they do that to keep us busy so we won't have time for other platforms. I think they want us to buy more stuff on the platform.
Yes, that's my thing.
We're keeping us busy. Who cares about that? I'm trying to make this money. Whatever keeps you on the app and searching through more listings, let's do that. Right. They're more likely to buy more.
Yeah.
It's the same concept as a retail like management where they put all those stack bases and they put all that stuff in the aisles while you waiting. They want you to buy more.
But wasn't the whole social aspect of it all what Poshmark was founded on?
Yes.
Totally. So it was we're going to get all of these people together and we're all going to shop from each other. Am I right? Mm-hmm. Okay. Because I've only been on Poshmark. I think I'm going into my 3rd year. I think. Yeah, because I think I was on.
It's a lot. I also will say I believe it's where the supportive share everything climate has come from. I believe because
no, I have to break you up with that. That came from eBay. We used to always be about that.
Good. Well, and I think women do that a little bit easier. They tend to share, easier. But there's a lot more of it now. We used to. I come from the days on Poshmark where all the tips, all the suggestions, everything was done in listings on people.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was done in. There was some listings that went for miles. Because your comments were at the bottom, and the notification when you I didn't even know you could do it for a while. And I find people that just hosted series of questions, and wow, learned a lot. But that was way before Facebook groups even existed.
Oh, true.
Like 4 or 5 years ago when they were doing it that way. So, yeah.
I did like the share, not sharing listings. Oof, girl, no.
But the sharing
aspect.
Right.
Of the platform.
And I've met really great people. So, but is there any, what is other ways of doing the VA? I think that's what Brittany and I did talked about is the different angles that people, some people want to have someone come in and do the cleaning, or some other people want the sourcing done. Some people want, I don't like to list. The typing of it, it's just mundane and it's time consuming for me. It's like data entry. It's just data entry.
Well, that's just it. You have to see what it is that you need. And then you go out and you, like TIANA, like you said, you figured out what you needed. You didn't, you went to Upworks and you searched, you put your message up there.
Yep.
And you get the feedback and you figure out, okay, who am I going to try? That's the kick of it right there. You have to decide, because there's always somebody out there that's going to do what you need.
Right.
You just have to decide what it is you need, and that you might not realize it until you start working with someone.
Or read their profile.
Yeah, I like what you're doing though, TIANA, because you're letting the young lady know, okay, we're learning this together.
Yeah.
And she might do something for a month, and then you might realize, well, you know what? I really don't need her to do that. I didn't think that was as bad as I thought it was.
Right.
But I really don't like doing this. Let me see if I can get, what I need out of her to do this.
Yeah.
It's a trial and not so much trial and error, because you don't want the errors. But you have to try, especially when you're not sure. Now, you have some people that are like, okay, I need this, I need this, I need this, I need this. What can you do? Right?
And if you read their profiles, because I didn't know what to type. It was better for me to put a job listing up, but I wasn't sure what to ask for. So I read their profiles first, and then I just picked and chose the things I needed that different people said they could do, and then I made it in one job listing.
That's another way to think about it. And think of that. Yeah, that is a good tip, that you can just see what's actually already out there and make it cater to the people that have, that's what's up. I like that. It's a good idea. Instead of you going and searching and you kind of let them come to you, because the search sometimes is annoying too.
It is. And I don't have time for that. The reason I have a VA, so I didn't have time to search.
Right. So yeah, putting the listing out there, let them come to you is so much better.
Right.
I really like that. If I do end up going virtual again, that's what I'll do. But for me, I really want somebody here, realize you, Liz, like kind of how Chris, the Daily Refinement, was doing it. I don't know if he's still doing it this way, but I like the fact that he would have his photographer or photographer or whatever he's doing, and then he would put the listings in, or vice versa. He would either be doing the photos and then somebody would be doing the listings.
Right.
Vice versa. That way it's going up immediately. I love that. You know what I mean? Like, boom, it's going out. They got this process going and it's going immediately. Nobody's having to go back and do drafts and do all that stuff that you might have to do on Hammock, or I don't know if you would have to do it on Salehound, but those are two apps that you can use where you can hire VAs. But I don't want to upload my pictures. That's a major problem.
You might do good looking for. I know two people that both of them hated pictures. So they found college kids in their area. Well, actually, one was a college student and the other one was a stay-at-home mom before the pandemic. And once she started working with this seller, and the seller was, she knew that was going to be her person, she went out and invested in this woman, bought her the lighting kit and backdrops and everything, and had it all over to her house. And she got her studio back. She was like, I don't want to see this stuff anymore. And that's what, because she didn't have a problem doing the listing. She just couldn't stand doing the pictures.
Oh, wow.
So once she used to have the girl come in, and then she got comfortable with the lady. She knew, what she was doing. She gave her what she wanted. And then she realized, she said, I just woke up one day and I was like, I can't look at these lights anymore. They got to go. So she asked the woman, what do you think? Do you think this could work in your house? And I think at the time, something happened where the lady's child wasn't going to be going to daycare or something, where she thought she was going to lose the job. And, just by them speaking, they were able to work everything out, and, it worked for them. So you just have to know, again, what it is that you don't want to do, or what. And like I said, once you start, parceling that out, then you might be able to come back and say, well, you know what, this really wasn't that bad. Maybe, or whatever it is. You just have to decide what it is that you don't want to do and what you're willing to pay for. Because that's all it is.
Yeah.
That's all it is. Money, person. Do I want to pay? Do I want this person? That's all it is.
Yeah. I know what I want. I know what I don't want. I don't mind pictures, but I don't. And I just organizing it all, putting it all in listings, and then making the listings. I'm like, I'm
right.
Just slow me down.
I don't want to edit the pictures after I take them. I don't want to wash them. I don't want to do anything else with the pictures. I'm sick of it.
Right.
Like, I don't mind taking them, but then after that, I don't want to go back to photo room and batch, wash them or whatever. That's enough. So
it's taking enough pictures and do measurements. I think that you can send it, and somebody should be able to compile those listings. So
y'all are naming stuff I don't even do. I don't photo room. I don't measure. I don't do any of that.
I try my best to take the best possible picture I can.
Yeah.
And then I take the gallery shot, the lead picture, and I'll photo room that if I can't.
The first one, got you.
Because that's all that's the grabber. That's what's going to bring someone into your listing.
Yeah.
Period. And then once you get them there, is your job to have a good enough listing together so that they don't leave. The only reason somebody should ever leave there, 2 reasons. Number 1 is the wrong size. Number 2, they just don't want it. I can deal with it, I just don't want it. What I can't deal with is, dang, she don't have the right size. I mean, the length of this or this or that. I'm out. I'm not asking no questions, because guess what? By the time I did that with my phone. I asked the man a simple question that should have been in the description, and it wasn't. By the time he responded to me, I already bought my phone. That could have been his sale.
Okay.
It was the same phone, but it wasn't. You don't ever want somebody to leave your listing over something that you can control. I don't care how mundane you think it is.
But it's the truth. It's facts. I mean, I believe in putting as much as you can in there so that it covers you all the way around the board. When you're
and that too, right?
All the way 360, because you got to be thinking about a case. You got to be thinking about on the back end what might happen, and the more information you have, then that's going to back you up more. So for me, that's why I do all of that. Now, right. I do, like I understand, time is money. She like, wow.
I had a size chart, but I ain't doing no measurements.
Well, I do measurements because I want to pack my stuff. I pack everything in, the clear poly.
Right.
And once it's packed, I don't want to unpack it. I had a lady the other day. She asked me the sleeve length on everything, and I don't do sleeve lengths typically. And I was like, oh my God. But she said she's 6'2", and she needs to know. She asked me about on 7 or 8 things, and I was in between irritated and doing it, and she never bought. But I've, most people, I mean, some people
if it had already been in your listing, she could have said, okay, that's not going to work, and that was it.
Right.
I'm the same way because of my size and because of my bust size, and that's predominantly what I'm shopping for. Because something could be long or anything that I buy is going to. If I have long sleeves, it's always going to be long because of my boobs. So I need to know. You can't just tell me, oh, this is a 2X. No, I need a measurement. And if not, then I'm on to find somebody that's got it. Because again, why am I going to ask a question? Wait.
I love when they don't ask.
And it's still the wrong, it's not even the information I can use, right?
Right.
Now you're more frustrated. Yeah. But you've got to measure, I put a video up before how I measure. My tape measure is right here taped
on the tape.
Mine's right
here. I'm doing clothes, bam, bam, bam. I don't ever, that putting a measurement up, no.
Right.
No, it's too much. It's too much. So if you're measuring for one thing, you can measure for any other length because it's right there and you already got the item in your hand. And I'm like, you, Liz, because I don't sell clothes anymore. I just can't be bothered. When I measure it all, have the measurements, fold it up in the plastic sleeve, write my inventory number, and I've never had anybody ask me a question about an item that I have already bagged up. Because it's all right there.
That's why I do it. That's why I do the measurements. Because I don't want to have those times when you're not home.
Yeah, you can't make them read. What you do sometimes have is, okay, what's the measurement for this? It's right there in the list. Right. You'll get a lot of that because people just, and I tell people too, what the things that irritate us about like that asking, it's because we take good pictures. It's because we have a great first shot. They see it. Oh my God, I need click. I need that. Right. I want it. I see it. Oh my God, I've been looking for this my entire life. And that's what happens. So when they come in with that picture because you've done such a good job, man, don't disappoint them. Give them what they need. It's your size. You want your listing. Your listing should always be, it's what you want. It's your size. It's your color. That's what you want to give them. And our job is to make it as quickly for us as we can to do that. To do that. But like I said, everybody is different, everybody is different. And you just ultimately have to determine what is going to work for you. Yeah, I am a huge fan of when you get somebody in front of your item, man, don't have them leave, especially not over something you can control.
I put in even though it's in the picture, I put it in because on Poshmark, the fabric is not in there. So I do include the cotton, polyester, whatever it is. They actually want to know that. And then when you say, oh, it's in the picture, they'll say, oh, it's too small or something like that. Like they can't even.
Exactly. So another thing that people do a lot of, and high volume sellers can get away with this because they are, what do you call it? Churn and burn, right? When you put a picture of a measurement in a listing and you don't have it in your description, guess what? Google can't read that. They can see the picture, but Google can't translate that measurement into the listing. And people, I can't understand why my listing's not showing, because you're not giving them what they want. You know, and so many times I've seen that in a listing, and again, like you just said, you click, it don't blow up, or it might be fuzzy because they ain't look. They like, hey, I got this, it's in the listing. Go look at the listing, right? You know, if you're gonna do that, I mean, if that's a time saver for you, just make sure that that picture is really clear, or we can zoom in on it to see the size of it. You know, but just know that don't translate over to Google. They're not looking, they're not saying, oh, yeah, she's got the measurements in there. No, you don't. You got pictures. Yeah, good for you. You got 28 pictures. You go, girl. But what size is this? What measurement is this? But yeah, measurements are up there. But that's just a personal thing for me. But other things, you know, some people just, again, they need a picture. They just, oh, okay, it's a small, I'll take it. I wish I was that girl. No, I don't, because I would be like this all day, every day. Wow. Click, 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 click. Bye, 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 bye.
Well, with used clothing, I think it's imperative for people to have the measurements, because things shrink or things change.
I never thought about shrinkage, but I know all my sizes in every brand that I wear. And so I guess when I know that's not every customer, but when I put all my stuff up and I put the size chart, I expect, since I sell all name brand stuff, you should know your size in this brand, or you should buy something else. That's how I think of it.
Girl, look at you expecting people to do stuff to spend their money.
Listen. Because if they go to xyzbrand.com that I'm selling in my closet, all they're going to get is the size chart. They're not going to get measurements. So if a big company,
right, and XYZ brand offers free shipping and free returns, we're not doing that, right?
I mean, I will get free shipping sometimes. You know, y'all want to head to the Swag Slayer Poshmark closet, but ain't no free returns.
We don't want to do the returns. If you're doing free shipping and free returns, just put a picture up there and let it fly.
How do you let it fly? I'm just trying to figure it out. You can't see this, sis. I took the time to make it like I do that on purpose, to zoom in. Right. I don't know what to tell you. Like, if you can't see that, I mean, that's how it
looks nowadays. You know. No, that's great. That's great. But a lot of times those aren't there. Now, do you write that out again, Brittany? You type out the polyester into the listing, or you let that be sufficient, especially on a Charlotte roof?
She had it in the listing.
Let's see.
Put it in the listing too.
Right.
Now, I will put the material when it's a winter sweater, because I know some people are allergic to wool or whatever. I'll put that there because nobody wants to be itchy, but I don't do it for anything else.
Yeah, see, it's in there. You can't see it on here, but it's in here. I have it.
Okay.
You got me seeing what, girl, your listing is all there. I'm so proud.
I'm extra. That's why it takes me so long, though. I'd be so irritated because I have to have it.
But let me ask you this, and not that returns, you don't get returns, do you? Very seldom you get a return.
Hardly ever.
Yep. Very seldom.
Yeah.
That's why I remember when eBay first went to the
free returns, or
not forcing us, but making, encouraging, I'll say. encouraging returns, not free returns, just plain returns. Oh my God. Everybody was like, but I don't want it back. From day one, 2004, always offered returns. Because I knew I don't care how good your pictures are. The buyer doesn't see the item until they have it in their hands. They just don't. I always say they want to see it, feel it, touch it, lick it, smell it. They can't do all that from a screen. And yes, the brand stores or whatnot, the big malls or whatnot, they don't have all that. But they don't worry about that because guess what? They offer free returns.
Yeah, they do.
Okay, fine, just send it back. Make sure it's in the condition that it went out.
Right.
Get the tags on it. But that's what you have to consider, because a lot of times you know, man, you got people up here shopping online that has no business. I had a woman not in resale, but tell me one time as a supervisor at another place, I don't even have any business shopping online because I'm legally blind. She wanted to argue that she didn't give up her credit card information. There's no way I could have bought this. I said, ma'am, we have your email. While we're talking, I said, did you see an email come in? Yeah. I said, click that email. Go ahead. I'll wait. Play.
Oh, wait.
Okay. And my card is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, I completely forgot. I understand. That's why we have recordings. Now, I will still cancel for you. But you do understand 2.5 months later, we can't give you a full refund. You got
2.5 months.
They changed that and they gave us that option with the 30 days returns or whatever. It wasn't on there, I think. And then now we can do like a partial, I think, return, even if you offer the free returns or whatever.
For eBay?
Yeah, for eBay. Yeah, where you can do that. And I'm like, they should have been did that because, I mean, it's like a restock fee, I guess. You know what I mean? Like
a return policy, all it does is inspire confidence in the buyer to buy from you.
Hi, Jenna.
You know, that's what it is. Oh, you know what? She takes returns. Okay, I know if something's not right with this or I don't like it,
back.
I can send it back. And 9 out of 10 times, people don't return things.
They don't. Even if they ask for it, they don't.
You know, they just don't. How many times do you buy something? You be like, oh, okay, all right, I'll return it. I got 30 days, and you find it on day 45. Oh, wait a minute. It was 30 days. Oh, it's 45 days. Okay, let me go get. Here, cousin Susie, girl, I got you something. Right? So don't be afraid of returns. Returns are
even
not
on Poshmark. I say on Poshmark, people get all whacked up with the rules, and sometimes I'm like, if they're really unhappy and unless they're trying to scam you or something, let them return it. And most people sell it again for more, but it's they get all worked up because the rules say you can't return for free. And I'm like, it's free to return it. It's a lot easier on eBay than on eBay, because at least you don't have to have it. There's nobody paying for it. That's one of the cool things about Poshmark is the 20%. I've had people that they've been really tentative about picking something up, and I've said, you know what, if you get it and you hate it, now I don't want to put it blast it everywhere, but if you get it and hate it, send it. I'll approve a return. And they buy it, and a couple times I've done that, they've never returned it.
Tell you in your love note how much they love it and how easy you were to work with.
Yeah,
make it easy for them. Yeah, and even if they don't buy something from you, they'll tell somebody, "Oh, wait a minute, you shopping on Poshmark? Oh, you need to go see this person because." Just like we think that people always talk when somebody's done something wrong, a bad seller, this, that, the other. You got the same ones out here that will sing praise when they know, you know what, this seller was so easy for me to work with. Boom.
Right.
It goes both ways. It goes both ways.
I definitely do see where people have bundled stuff, and then I can see where they've shopped with me before, but I actually don't know how many people have been repeat buyers, but I have some. I just don't know exactly how many it is.
Mine is 1% of my total. I only get 1% repeat buyers.
On Poshmark?
On Poshmark.
Something that you can pull for that?
No, I use Sarah Styles' dashboard. That's the only reason I know.
I was getting ready to say, where's Sarah?
Okay.
That's right. There's a report for it. She's going to let you know.
But no, I just think so. Just back on the topic, of the VA thing, I think if you just, C said, just figure out what it is that you exactly want, know what that is, figure it, write down your SOPs, whatever you feel like you want them to do, your standard operating procedures. For me, I'm so picky on everything. That title, that one we were looking at, is just a Charlotte Russe top, but I need that capitalized, that Charlotte Russe. Simple things like that, but I'm saying, so you need to have that in there. Every one of my titles, the name of it is capitalized.
It's all caps?
Yeah, huh? It's all caps, yeah.
Google doesn't like all caps. Just so you know, Google doesn't like all caps.
They don't?
No, they don't.
Well, it ain't changing. I don't care.
Unless that is the way the brand does it. But on a general, if you go into the Google shopping attributes, that's one of the first things up there. No caps. No caps, no funny special
emojis.
No emojis.
Yeah, no emojis. Yeah, I don't ever do that.
But look, one thing that I do notice with Poshmark, and I appreciate Poshmark for this, you can have the worst title. Google, you won't find it on Google. Poshmark puts their money where their mouth is when it comes to that SEO up on Google. I will give them that.
Mercari comes up, okay? Now, it only get a couple sales, but not. But it's
we'll take it how we can get it, right?
I mean, at least that's my experience. But anyways, ladies, if there's anything else that you wanted to add in, because we're kind of...
I have a question. See, can you repeat? You were saying Google doesn't pull it up. You said one of the first things they have at the top of where? Is there a place where we can get a list of things that we should or shouldn't be doing?
I don't have it in front of me, but I can provide it. I can't click on it right now. I do have it bookmarked.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so me and the eBay queen probably does need to do a clubhouse or some kind of house and talk about it.
I am not the eBay queen.
I think that you are, see. I think you are.
Yeah.
You know what? I just drink and know stuff. And this is for y'all. This is I love my bubbles. Yeah, what is it? That's a shirt that I bought from Leslie. I'm waiting for it to show up. I drink and I know things.
Nice.
Like it.
No, I have always been obsessed with I remember when eBay was auction bites. I've always been obsessed with some sort of selling. I've been selling my whole life. So I just, when I'm into whatever it is that I'm into at that particular time, I'm just a sponge, and I'm always looking for not so much the shortcut. I'm a huge fan of work smarter and not harder.
Yes.
I'm not trying to do this over and over and over.
Right. Just like Curtis Jackson's book. Curtis Jackson, who is 50 Cent, is Hustle Hard, Hustle Smart. He talks about that in the book.
Mm-hmm. If there's a way to shorten it, properly. I'm a big fan of proper. I'm a big fan of legal. If there's a way to shorten it, I'm your girl. I'm gonna figure that out. I can remember situations when I was a kid, like there's got to be a way to do this.
Efficient.
I can remember that as far back.
Efficiency, it sounds like you like to be efficient.
Right.
And you would never know that though, because it's like certain things I am just such the procrastinator on or whatnot. But when it comes to my work balance has always been like that. Right. If I'm not working, I'll be like, you want me to do that now? I mean, like right now? Now.
Oh, now.
All right, I'm gonna do it. But if I'm, working and this, that, the other, and I've always had that. I've always been told that on my jobs, you get it done right, and you get it done fast. Yeah, because I'm not trying to spend. I need, we got to be here for 8 hours. I need at least 4 of them 8 hours to be fun time.
Yes, I feel you on that one.
That is so funny. That's how my mom is. That's why I'm so glad I'm hiring her, because she's efficient like that. She'll try to figure out the shortcut. She worked for Frito-Lay doing the chips.
Oh, nice.
She was like, what you need? I'm slanging chips. But she would get off early every day. Like she's
Yes.
They go in really early, like 3:00 in the morning, stack them chips up, and she'd be like done with her day at noon. You know what I mean? They're not supposed to be done until usually about 2, but she would get done early. She just figured it out. Playing the chips the right way.
The first time.
Right. Learn the little system, because they got that little system thing. You got to go get them out of the back and all that kind of stuff. But she got really good with it. But unfortunately, her knees just wasn't happening. You know what I'm saying? So that didn't last very long. But, that's a perfect example of just learning, learn it well so you can figure out what's going on And then if you're a team, you got to figure out what's going on. You know, she was watching the other guy trying to figure out what's going on because I'm ready to go.
Right.
And next time I got to come over here and help you. So what are you doing?
Right.
Not like I'm finishing before you. You know what I mean? So there must be something in my technique that you're not gathering. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, well, efficiency is definitely important.
That's another thing that will save your money.
Yes.
I wanted to ask you ladies before we end this chat, and I know this is kind of long, but I want to see if maybe you have a better route. Because the way that I do my stuff, I'm going to tell you like from start to finish. Like, okay, if the stuff needs to be steamed, that's where we're starting at, steamed or washed. That's the first step. The next step is for me to, steamed and washed. But if it doesn't need to be washed, I can go ahead and do my spreadsheet stuff because I like to check it in. So the next step is usually check it in on the spreadsheet. And at that point, I'm actually writing the listing in my Excel spreadsheet right now because I'm getting ready to hire a VA. I wasn't doing that step. But now that the VA is getting ready to come in, I need all this already done. And I know she's not going to, my mom doesn't know how to build a listing. So I have to go ahead and put that in. And then I put the measurements in. And then I take pictures. But would it be quicker for me to, and then after I take the pictures, then I package the stuff. But think about it. I could probably not touch the items and get them put in that spreadsheet maybe quicker if I did the measurements at the same time I did the pictures. Does that make sense? You have to have a table there, but I mean, you're still having to spend the time either way it goes. But maybe it would make one of the processes quicker, and then I wouldn't get so annoyed. You know, if I could get through the listing part quicker, then maybe I'm not so frustrated with the process. I don't know.
What I used to do, again, quick, and I could do a listing pretty much under 3 minutes.
Okay.
Minus I'm with you. I'm either steaming or washing it. You know, and a lot of times I don't dry stuff. I wash and hang. That way I don't have to steam.
True. Yeah.
Right. So that's already done. Forget about that. There's no getting. You know, I gotta have clean stuff.
That right.
But what I do is I take all of my pictures, right? All of my pictures.
Yeah.
I don't even worry about editing or anything that. Just say I'm working on 50 pieces. I have all of the pictures either that day or, you know, whenever. I work from the pictures. That's how I build the listing. Now, I've got all of the pictures out of the way. I've got my first item. I'm measuring it, and I'm a huge fan of drafting. I already know if it's, say, for example, a top, bust, sleeve, back, hem, whatever. So I know the same order that I go in all of the time. So I have this shell listing. I'll just throw a quick title, and then I just go 32, 18, 24, 6.
Right.
I'm done.
Right.
Now, I've got all that. I have just a title and measurements in, or any special detail, right?
Okay.
Then after I've got all that, I come back with the pictures, which are now on I've never been one from just the phone to I got to see it on the big screen. Okay. I got a 36 inch screen. I need big things.
Oh, wow.
So I now build the rest of the listing from my picture. Everything else I need is in that picture. The description is, you're going to come up with the description. If I need to know what the size is, it's on the label. I know what the fabric is. Everything else is in that picture. So, and using on eBay, I used to use the shells or sell similar. All I'm doing is changing out like 5 things. That was before they had 5,420 stuff. But I'm just saying, so again, you just have to take like 5 listings, take 5 things. You need to run your own test, but do it with 5 things. Don't do it with this bag of 20. Because that's going to frustrate you. Take, 5 things, 2 things, and see how quick I can do this. Okay, though that didn't work. Let me try something else.
Right.
That, I guarantee you, by the time you get through those 5 things, you will have figured out.
Which way works best for you.
Right. Because everybody is different.
Yeah, that's true.
Everybody is different, and everybody has to, you can tell them a system, but until they get that system here,
Right.
A lot of times it's not going to make sense. It's simple. I'm a simple person. I can't do the whole complication thing because my brain don't work like that. However, I've had issues training people that are extremely technical because they need every single item. That don't make no sense to me. What I need all that for? I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, A, B, C, D, E, F. That's it. Maybe a G, but that's it, right? We don't go all the way down to Z. And then a technical person, in my opinion, the ones that I've worked with, okay, but what if? That's not part of my vocabulary. Okay, we need it to happen. Talk to me about it happening, and then I can tell you how to fix it so that it doesn't happen again. But don't tell me, well, what if? Just do, like I said, get you 5 things or whatever. Do you a couple of test runs. You'll figure it out.
Definitely.
You already know TIANA only does 3 things, okay? We are the simple girls right here. And I said it could take me 3 minutes. TIANA could do a listing in what, 1.2?
I'm bad. I'm like totally different. I'm writing everything in, filling in all the item specifics.
I mean, you're getting what, 2 hours, two listings an hour done like that?
No, it's 5 to 6 listings an hour.
An hour?
That's too much, girl. That's
Brittany, I love you.
I know.
There's no way.
100. You know what I mean? Like, that's the way it is.
I do 20 an hour when I'm watching TV, so I'm not half paying attention. Brittany, it's her spreadsheet, y'all. She can't let go of that spreadsheet.
Have you already taken the pictures, TIANA, or is that you've got the pictures?
No, I batch my work, Liz.
Right, me too.
Before, when my husband and I used to do it together, I'd photograph, he would list, or vice versa. Like how Brittany saying she wants someone there. My husband and I used to do that when he whole story that I'm not going to talk about. But anyway, so now he doesn't do that. I do everything. So I take all my photos first. So if my goal is to photograph 40, because I can photograph 40 items an hour. So 40 different items, I can take up to 8 pictures. So I photograph all of them. Then later, when someone's not calling me because my husband thinks I'm his assistant and then I have a child, then I'll sit down and I'll list. And I know if I have 40 photographed, it'll take me 2 hours. I can't always get 2 hours at one cohesive time. So I try to do it hours. So like if my daughter calls, I'm saying, hold on, baby, I'm almost done. And I finish up those 20 and then I go off into la la land of my life and do whatever I need to do. And then the next hour I do the next 20. But I don't have a spreadsheet. I don't keep one of those. I do use Sarah Styles' dashboard.
I didn't want to be the one to say I don't have one either.
I have one, but I use it on the back end.
I very seldom pay more. Most of my items are less than $1.
Right.
Yeah.
Less than $1. And that's been most of my reselling career.
Exactly.
If something is more than that, and it's, it's got to be something real hot for me to.
And you're going to remember it too. So you still don't need a spreadsheet because you'll remember. Because I'm the same way. My used items are a certain price point or below. Yeah. And I always round them up to that price point, so I'm good. And then my new tags, because I sell a lot of new tag items, are this price point or below. And usually because they're new with tags and I shop at similar places, they're usually that same one price point. So I don't have to remember multiple price points. It's either used this price point or below or new this price point. And that's it. It doesn't matter where I got it from. Who cares? I don't care. All I care about is my bank account.
Too. But I know, Brittany, you like to figure out the tax and kind of, you like to tie it all out to an even number.
To know every single thing.
I let go of that. I don't need to know that stuff.
Pretty extra. You know what I mean? Like as much as information as I can get, because I figure data is power. I know I'm not Sarah Styles here.
Well,
the decision-making part. Eventually refine it. I mean, you need to have. Trust me, this is where I am now. I started out with the spreadsheet, with paid this and the binders and the this and the that. Binders. And over the years, that's what I pared down. And now, like when I was last selling clothes, I remember distinctly that I say, you know what? I'm not selling another hard good. If it don't go into one of these clear inventory bags, I ain't selling it.
Yeah.
I ain't selling it.
And all those different types of items is a lot, you know, because like
I have someone. I have sold
down.
massive big things on eBay. I mean, you name it, I've sold it. You know, and I would always be like, and I never really had a problem trying to figure out how to pack it. You know, I come with FedEx experience.
You do.
But you just get tired. You know, like, you know what? I'm not doing that anymore.
Simple, right.
I need it to be simple.
Brittany, and the best thing, first of all, if you use a spreadsheet and you need that information, I'm not knocking you. Use that. If you use Brittany's system, your system, use that. But what I love about Brittany, she's like, don't multitask, don't do multiple things, do one thing at a time because you're tiring your brain out. And then she starts talking about the spreadsheet, and I'll be like, oh my God, how is she still alive? Like working with this
The good thing
spreadsheet.
is you use it for your template. You use it for your template because you write your title. So you write your title. I want someone to do that. I don't want to write the title anymore. I want to push
Brittany,
pictures.
My titles come when I look at the
I
item.
don't want to do it either.
I write the title when I look at it. Right.
I'm going to do it for now because my mom's new. She doesn't know how to write a title, but she's
keep doing it.
Smarter than a whip. So
Keep
she's
doing
going to get onto those titles. And after a while, I don't need that.
But you can leave it.
Do this.
Because
right.
if you keep this, and this is what I'm going to say to everyone watching and to Brittany, because we joke all the time about her spreadsheet, but the truth is when Brittany gets to a point and she wants to sell her company, all that stuff that she's put into place will be able to transfer over to the new owner of the company, and they will appreciate that. She'll have more incentive, more benefit for somebody to buy her company over buying my company, because I ain't got none of that. You're going to have to start over from scratch. But Brittany has all of that in place where someone could just come in and assume her company if she wanted to start sell it. Or she could say she doesn't want to sell Brittany All Bossed Up. She can recreate Brittany All Bossed Up, call it XYZ, whatever, and sell that to someone else because she has a process that she's put into place. If someone came in to buy my company, they would have to give me a lower offer than they would give Brittany because it's a chaotic mess over here that is only organized in my brain. I can't transfer my brain to someone else.
Well, thank you. For being something for all this hard work.
Can I answer? I saw, was it Deb? I can't see none.
Yeah, Deb is the only one. Yeah.
He had asked, girl, that's not going to happen. I'm just going to say that. I don't even know how to do that kind of recording and this, that, the other. And I haven't listed several of my items in a while. You know, I can do somebody else's listings like it ain't nobody's business. Mine,
funny, that's true. Like you think about it.
But you know why? It's because I have no attachment to your stuff. I'm gonna go, oh, this is cute. Okay, and on to the next. You have it. You're like, how many times? Oh, oh my God, this is my size. Oh, wait a minute. You know this is my color. Oh, wait a minute. We go into all of that. At least I know I do. And then it's like, okay, well, let me just put this to the side. Okay.
I don't buy my size on purpose because you'll see me rocking it on my Instagram. So I just don't buy my size.
I don't even, like I said, I still have clothes in here, but I don't buy. And then with the pandemic, I've only been to the thrift store once this year. I hadn't been to the thrift store since 2019.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Because I got a new house right on the other side of this wall. Now, once I get through that chaos over there, then I might decide, oh my God, let me go. Oh, you know what? I'm going to do clothes again. Oh my gosh, I miss clothes. Because there's too much stuff. There's too much stuff over there. There's too much stuff.
What's up, Terry?
We're still here. Look, we're still here. You might not have to catch on.
I know. This has been great though. This has really been great.
It definitely has. So what I want everybody to do is just let everybody know where you can find them. And I know we got some stuff coming up. We got the What Sold Wednesday on TIANA's channel tomorrow at 12:30.
10:45 a.m.
Oh no. I'm so used to jumping on at 12:30.
Because all the other days, like Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, it is 12:30 p.m. So this Thursday at 12:30 p.m. it'll be Brittany, myself, Terry, and Rhonda doing a Jomar unboxing.
Yes,
so come for that so you can see what you can get in a Jomar box. And then Friday, it is Libby from Consignment Chats. Her YouTube channel is Consignment Chat. She has like a little group of girls like this that just talk about consignment. So she'll be on Friday at 12:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time at the Swag Slayer Fashion YouTube channel. And we'll be talking about how she started consigning, why she chose to consign instead of just regular reselling. We'll talk a little bit about what they talk about on their channel and what you can expect and kind of what great tips and information you're able to learn. So if you want to add consignment to your resale life, you can.
Right.
You're doing that too.
And you cannot watch if you're not subscribed. So get on over there and subscribe. Well, I guess you can watch, but you can watch it.
And if anyone, I do a little talk show on Saturdays at 4:00 called the Fast 15 here on YouTube. Well, I'm getting there. It's on Instagram, then I put it over on YouTube. But I'm always looking for guests. It's usually 30 minutes or less. I ask 15 questions to entrepreneurs, easy questions. You don't know ahead of time what it is. And, we have fun. So if you're looking, to get out there, so to speak, come on by. Just go to my, I know you linked the link tree. And I've got a link in there to be on Fast
screen. That all the links to these lovely ladies are at the top of the screen. I have their link tree.
You thought of everything.
Your channels, like trying to be as organized as possible, so you can go and just click on a link and follow. You know what I mean?
Awesome.
Or subscribe.
Awesome.
That's it. Hit the bell notification so you'll know the next time they or upload a new video. I think Liz, you can find her on Instagram. So hop on Instagram. She's a DM away. She's a wealth of knowledge over there. So if you have any questions, just reach out. I'm pretty sure she will answer you.
Yeah, Liz doesn't know it, but she's going to be on the Swag Slayer Talk real soon in the future.
Okay.
So I'll be on the lookout for that.
Okay. Awesome. She needs to go on there for sure. She needs to come on Motivational Mondays as well.
Yeah.
Too many shows to mention. I'm not about to go through all the shows. The one that I'm most excited about is my new one that's coming up. I'm just going to talk about that one real quick. That is called Hello Sunday. Yes. And basically, we're going to be doing, basically the concept is where you are going to share your highs and your lows, what went well in your week, what didn't go so well. And then we're going to set a small improvement is what I'm calling it, and not a goal, because it seems like a goal is done. You do it, you're done. Oh, well, I'm done. No, we're never done improving. We never stop improving. So I think we should focus on the improvement and not necessarily look at it as some type of goal on a pedestal somewhere, and then you reach that and then who cares? You know what I mean? So I mean, that's the concept of the show. But we have so many sponsors in our wonderful IG community. It's ridiculous. I'm going to tell you, I wish I could remember all the names of the people that actually are sponsoring, but I
don't name anyone because you're going to leave somebody out.
But what I will do is tell you my co-hosts who have agreed to be on it every single Sunday at 5 p.m. Central Standard Time, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And that would be the lovely C and Terry Lynn, which I don't know if she's still in the chat, but Terry is going to be there at Evolving Always. On IG, and then we'll also have, I'm trying to think who else is it. Like in my head, I don't forgot. There's one more co-host, but listen,
Jules.
Yes, Lisa.
Jules. Lisa. All that energy. You know what I'm saying? You cannot forget about her. She will be there, and if you are not subscribed to her YouTube channel, definitely do that because it is awesome. I love her videos so far. She has a wonderful editor. You know what I mean? Because that stuff is graphic. It's awesome. It's entertaining. Let's just put it like that. So anyways, I know. So we don't have anything else. Anyways, that's about it for tonight. Thank you so much for coming out. And we will see you on next week. Oh, next week is also going to be, I believe next week is the Posh Kings, if I'm not mistaken. I have to look back at my calendar. So we're going to be here at 6 o'clock on Success is a Mindset because the Posh Kings need to rest. Okay. They need their beauty rest. Okay. So good night. Thank you guys.
Thank you.